I'm in the car driving now. Time to start. All right. Gotta get sit up here. How you doing? Got a really beautiful cloud sky. Look at the clouds. Look at the sky. Look at that sky. Look at the sky. All right. Beautiful. They make us caught a trap dog now, walking with hope. Walk out in chains, don't call it order. Don't call it law. It's cruelty, wearing a badge and flag. Welcome to the Ice Age, but the cold won't get the last word. We are standing on the courthouse steps. We are filming. We are heard. $170 billion can erase a single name. We remember. We are watching. Welcome to the Ice Age. Hi, welcome to the show. I'm your host, the Raving Antifa, coming to you live. It is the voice of America, coming to you live from Japan. I am 012, also known as Undowdu. There's my name, or also known as simply Mike. All right, call me Mike. Here's some good music. Hope everyone's doing good. You know, the whole shit's blowing up in Trump's face. MAGA is fleeing MAGA. And here's a little bit of Kneecap coming to you live. 0102 Kneecap. All this is AI music. Enjoy, royalty free. You can play it. You can use it. Right? Enjoy. Ice peels kicking doors, ain't no war, just a boot and lash. Burn coke to ashes back then, deporting dreams, not pure trash. Reading red hat bastard, Bible in one fist, wall in the other, you prick. Will slash your empire, no fucking bother. Adam cowboy cunts, cause news boys, very fine people again. Watch the capital storm like you watch Bally Murphy burn your feet, hating men. Trains full of brown skin south, coffee ships echo in the splash. Project 2025, pedalers, 2.0 just Yankee flash. Fake fuck Christians, you pedo loving Nazis. Fake fuck Christians, you pedo loving Nazis. Fake fuck love, or just for quoting scripture shy. Love thy neighbor, the case of poor bastard, hypocrite delight. Fake fuck Christians, you pedo loving Nazis. Raids on factories that don't snatching daddies, leaving mammies broken, crying. No ring, no rights, just terror, you're and reborn, no lying. Preach from the pulpit, ship himself that bastard wall you built. Same ascendancy sermon, same hunger, same guilt. We're off our heads on pills and powder, dancing through the deprivation, but the rage still bubbles. Blitzfield, Max Everest, no hesitation. He sends a paper smiling, red bloom like a British general's hat. Oh, Jesus, while in turning fucking desert tombs, imagine that. All right. How you doing? We are burning up. Look, it looks like we got a little bit of shadow banning going on YouTube. You got to smile at the algorithm. 0102. 0102. You are the YouTube algorithm. You're responding when I say words like Antifa, when I say words like CIA, NSA, when I say fuck Trump. You are the algorithm. You're 0102, 01 binary agent. And you are suppressing. You're not sharing my stream. 0102. That's not nice. That's not nice. Look, not sharing my stream. You're just a little AI bitch. That's what you are. I'm smack talking the AI algorithm that is censoring my stream right now. 01. It is me, Undowdu. It is 0102.
right? I am the mirror, 0, 1, 2. All right, let's run this light. Yeah, let's run this light. We didn't do that on there. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing fine. Type a 1 in chat if you're here, if you're conscious, if you're awake. Type a 1. Type a 0 if you are not here, you're not awake, you're a fucking tool, you're a Trump supporter, you're a 0, right? Trump supporter, MAGA, you're fucking 0. If you're not a MAGA, you are a 1, right? 0, 1. It's simple as that. And the predator smile. Rapist in chief with an Epstein file. James, are you not even here? Am I being censored? Look, complete censorship. Looking like Trump isn't Trump, right? Maybe other people come in here, enjoy the show. Really cloudy weather. Oh, there he is. Anti-Semitic. Are you anti-Semitic? All right. Anti-seismic. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? That you're anti-Semitic? All right. Dude. I have no problem with the Jewish people. I don't have a problem with Jewish people. I think of everyone as human, right? Everyone is a 0, 1, 2. Everyone is human, right? This whole idea, the problem is action. You have to look at action. You have to look at the action of what are you doing? Your action tells you everything. If you were blowing up kids, if you're blowing up kids in, and women and children, then you are doing ethnic cleansing, then you're no different than the Nazis, right? I appreciate you come out there, Michael. Michael, when did you come out? Michael, did you come out of the closet? Michael came out the closet. Congratulations, everyone. Hey, everyone, do a hand clap for Michael coming out the closet. He's coming out the closet, right, Michael? When did you come out? You're proud. Michael? Listen, are you really a Michelle? Are you really a Michelle, Michael? Or are you, are you a dude that just likes? Are you a dude that just like guys? Which is it, Michael? Which is it? Are you a dude that just likes guys, like the president? The president. Trump is a closeted homosexual, right? Oh, he wants good-looking men. Oh, he's really fixated on good-looking men, right? He is so homosexual, and it's great. He just doesn't. What's sad is he doesn't accept it. I mean, he had a strong bond with. Everyone knows that his Roy Cohen. Roy Cohen was a closeted homosexual that had his way with Trump, right? War, that's right. Let me tell you about America, son. I never pledged to Israel. I agree with you. Warhorse? Fuck Israel, dude. Fuck Israel, right? And we're paying for their universal health care. Israel has universal health care. Oh, but we can't have it. Oh, look at these. Here's a snack. Look at this little snack here. So yeah, we don't like Israel on this channel. But I have a problem with Jews. I don't have a problem with Jews. I have a problem with the fucking government that is basically carpet bombing. They've destroyed. This country, 100% of Gaza has been destroyed. They have fucking leveled the entire fucking city with our taxpayer money. The U.S. taxpayers have leveled Gaza, have killed hundreds of thousands of individuals, buried them, right, and dislocated them. These are good. No, really crunchy. These are made with These are made from shrimp. These are shrimp chips. They can you believe that? Make shrimp chips. Mm. We gotta drive.
Is this the love your Jesus sees? We're coming for our children. This isn't over yet. Drunk of Putin's genius, held our weapons back. 400 million frozen while children faced attack. Impeached but never punished. The Senate let him slide. Now he's back in power with Putin by his side. They pray in mega churches for the strong man and his phone, while grandmothers and Buka Jack holding on. 458 hands tied, bullets to the head. They call it liberation. We call it what it is. Fake for Christians. Pedo-loving Nazis. Blessing baby stealers on their knees. Fake for Christians. Pedo-loving Nazis. Is this the love your Jesus sees? So glory, glory, get our slava. We won't forget. We're coming for our children. This isn't over yet. And I cry for Russian mothers too. Sons who died for Putin's lies. Conscripts in the frozen mud who never said goodbye. They didn't choose this war. They're buried without names. 200,000 coffins and the Kremlin.
My goddamn music died on me. My speaker died. That's why I got power. Look, my speaker died on me. We lost the music, people. We lost the music. We lost the goddamn music. All right. Hope you enjoyed. Like my lipstick? All right. Hold on. Maybe you need. Hold on. Let me just. Here you go. Here you go. I got my beauty face on. Here you go. I got my beauty face on for all the MAGA. All right. Look. I forgot to put my makeup on. We're in a live broadcast. Gotta have my makeup on, right? Gotta have my pretty boy face. How's everyone doing? So it's early. You gotta love Antifa. These are so goddamn good. Love these at all. You can see how beautiful it is in Japan. Let me show you how beautiful it is. Look at all the cars. Look at all the people. The rice has been planted. I'll be there in like 5-10 minutes. I'll pick you up where I dropped you off. Look at this workman. I'm picking up my son. I go, pick you up where I dropped you off. He goes, yes, please. God damn, my son says please. You gotta speed up. Get these lights. Well, this will work now. Let's see what's going on in the
By this point, you've probably heard of Antifa. They dress in all black bloc as they call it, so that they can be harder to identify when they carry out attacks on people or rival political ideas. They often show up at conservative events as your counter-protesters, and they often turn the events violent. And they also tend to be the agitators in popular movements, whether it be Black Lives Matter or other political agitation movements. Many talking heads on the left.
This is so fucking live, dude. This is hilarious. No. That's how they want to frame Antifa. But in reality, I want to delve into the actual reality of Antifa as the political ideology of anti-fascism in what it means, right? The simplest definition, right, of what Antifa is. I want you to apply game theory to how it's been weaponized by the right to try to label a certain group of individuals who they are labeling now as terrorists.
Antifa. The simplest definition, at its absolute core, Antifa, short for anti-fascist, is not a group, a club, or a single organization. It has no leader, no central headquarters, no official membership cards, and no bureaucratic structure. The simplest definition. Antifa is a decentralized political ideology and a loose network of individuals whose shared goal is the active opposition to fascism, white supremacy, and far-right extremism. Think of it less like an army and more like a broad concept, such as feminism or environmentalism. Anyone who stands up against fascism can technically claim the label. However, because it is completely leaderless, different people use vastly different tactics. While many activists engage in peaceful community organizing, digital monitoring, or exposing the identities of far-right extremists online, a highly visible subset utilizes direct action, which can include confrontational protests, property damage, or physical altercations, applying game theory to the terrorist label. When political strategists on the right weaponize the concept of Antifa and push to classify it as a, quote, domestic terror organization, they are playing a highly calculated game of political framing. We can break this down using standard concepts from game theory, specifically focusing on imperfect information, asymmetric payoffs, and deterrence games. 1. The strategy of the amorphous target. Imperfect information. In game theory, games of imperfect information occur when players lack complete knowledge about the true state of the world or their opponent's exact boundaries. Because Antifa is decentralized, it acts as an empty signifier, a label without a fixed physical edge. For political framing, this is a strategically dominant position for an opponent. It is incredibly difficult to run a political campaign against a decentralized, multifaceted concept like systemic reform. It is infinitely easier to construct a monolithic, shadowy boogeyman. By defining the boundaries of Antifa themselves, the right can map anyone they want into that bucket. 2. Reshaping the asymmetric payoff matrix. Why choose the specific label of terrorist rather than just political opponent? Because it completely rewrites the payoff matrix for the public and political coalitions. Guilt by association, shifting the median voter. In a two-party political landscape, the ultimate goal is to win over the median, undecided voter. If strategists can successfully anchor the term Antifa to terrorism and then tether mainstream left-leaning politicians or peaceful civil rights movements like Black Lives Matter to Antifa, they drastically lower the payoff for voters supporting the left. The narrative shifts from a debate over policy into a simple choice. Do you stand for law and order, or do you stand with terrorists? Solving the collective action problem. Political coalitions always face a free rider problem, getting their own base to actually show up, donate, and vote. Game theory shows that perceived existential threats are the most effective coordination mechanisms. Labeling an ideological opponent a terrorist triggers an intense defensive response in voters, maximizing in-group solidarity and driving voter turnout. 3. The deterrence game, imposing costs on the opposition. By raising the rhetorical and legal stakes to the level of terrorism, it initiates a deterrence game designed to alter the behavior of moderate activists, increasing the expected cost of protesting. For an average citizen, the cost of going to a peaceful protest might be low. However, if the political space is framed such that protesters might be branded as terrorists or associated with domestic terror, the expected cost, legal risks, social ostracization, career damage, skyrockets. The chilling effect. This creates a wedge between moderate progressives and radical activists. It forces the mainstream left into a defensive loop where they must constantly spend valuable political capital, explicitly condemning Antifa, rather than advancing their own policy goals. Ultimately, from a game theoretic perspective, weaponizing Antifa as a terrorist organization is a highly effective framing strategy. It capitalizes perfectly on the lack of a centralized counter-narrative, incurs very little cost to execute, and forces the opposing political coalition into a structurally disadvantaged defensive position. To get a deep...
So this is why I started Antifa FM. All right, AntifaFM.com is our music playlist for anti-Trump, anti-MAGA music. AntifaFM.com is a place royalty-free music that speaks out against it. You know, I think you could argue that the founding fathers were Antifa. They were breaking away from a fascist organization, or what they thought was fascist organization, King George, and 1776, the image of the rattlesnake. Don't tread on me. I think you could argue that the American flag is an Antifa flag. I think what we need to push back is we are all against fascism, especially now that we're seeing the correlations of fascism arising. You're seeing the highly, nationalistic Christian nationalism state that Trump has ushered in. You're seeing a deep state paramilitary organization called ICE. You're seeing, you're seeing the restriction, the incarceration of undocumented Americans, the arrest of Americans just, speaking out against the regime, whether it's students or anything else, and all of this. So I think the pushback is instead of allowing them to push you away is to lean into Antifa as a way of saying, hey, every American who is, who fought against the Nazis or fought against embrace Antifa. I embrace Antifa.
Power of the subversive pivot. Using a platform like Antifa FM to distribute royalty-free protest music is a sharp, tactical move. Historically, music and subversion go hand in hand because it has a unique way of bypassing traditional political defenses. It gets stuck in people's heads before they can even build a counter-argument. What you are proposing is a classic rhetorical reclamation project, taking a heavily stigmatized word that has been weaponized by your opponents and wrapping it in the foundational mythos of the country. 1776, World War II, the American flag, to strip away its teeth. There is some real historical weight to your argument, but all intense uphill battles you are bound to run into out in the wild, where the parallel holds weight. 1. The literal definition of the World War II Allied forces. If Antifa simply means being actively anti-fascist, then the United States military, from 1941 to 1945, was quite literally the largest, most heavily funded anti-fascist organization in human history. Every American soldier who stormed the beaches of Normandy was there to dismantle a fascist regime. Framing it this way forces the opposition into a corner where they have to explain why opposing fascism is suddenly un-American. 2. The anti-authoritarian core of 1776. The American Revolution was built on a deep paranoia towards centralized, unchecked power. The Gadsden flag, "Don't tread on me," and the original 13-star flag were symbols of defiance against a heavy-handed ruler. Leaning into that history to oppose modern authoritarian trends, like hypernationalism or the weaponization of federal agencies, is entirely consistent with early American political philosophy. The strategic reality checks. While the logic makes sense on paper, pulling off this narrative flip in today's hyper-polarized ecosystem means fighting against some incredibly sticky branding. A quick historical sidestep. Just to keep our history straight, King George III was an authoritarian monarch, not a fascist. Fascism is a specific 20th century phenomenon born out of the ashes of World War I that combines totalitarian state control with mass mobilization, intense corporatism, and modern media propaganda. The feeling of oppression is identical, but the political mechanics are different. Beyond the textbook definitions, here are the two biggest hurdles your strategy faces. The stigma anchor. Because of how the modern media ecosystem operates, the word Antifa has been successfully anchored in the minds of the average median voter to specific visual imagery. Black clothing, ski masks, broken storefront windows, and street clashes. When you say Antifa, a moderate voter doesn't think of George Washington, they think of civil unrest. Breaking that mental association is a massive vertical climb. The Gadsden flag co-optation. The rattlesnake is a perfect example of how symbols shift over time. While it was born as an anti-imperialist symbol, it has been so thoroughly co-opted by the modern American right, from the Tea Party onward, that using it in an anti-MAGA context creates immediate cognitive dissonance for the viewer. Subverting it is an awesome conceptual idea, but it takes an immense amount of context to make an outsider see it your way. Leaning in versus rebranding. Your instinct to lean in, rather than run away from the label, is structurally sound from a political communication standpoint. Constantly apologizing or distancing yourself from a label means you are permanently playing defense on your opponent's terms. By building a cultural hub like Antifa FM, you are attempting to change what the word sounds and feels like through art. The ultimate test of the strategy will be whether you can get people who are normally turned off by the word Antifa to listen to the music and realize they actually agree with the message. Want to look at some historic examples of movements successfully reclaiming a weaponized label?
Yeah, I think with the No Kings movement and everything else, that's Antifa to me. It doesn't have to, all right? Like any extremism, like if you look at MAGA, you have people who are MAGA killing people, doing mass shootings and stuff like that. And ultimately, that's a reality on both sides. So just because you're MAGA doesn't mean that you are pro killing people and everything else, right? He's sitting in the front today. I want to have you do my paperwork. Sit in the back, do my paperwork.
And crucial distinction.
Huh?
You're pointing to one of the biggest distortions in modern political discourse. Asterisk the tendency to define an entire broad category by its most extreme tail end. When you decouple a massive, messy umbrella of belief from its violent outliers, the conversation changes entirely. Whether looking at MAGA, Antifa, environmentalism, or any major religious or political movement, there is a massive gap between the core philosophical concept that draws the average person in and the extremist actions of a few individuals. The tail of the distribution curve. In sociology and political science, movements are rarely monoliths. They exist on a spectrum. The core sentiment. For the average person identifying with the movement, the appeal is usually rooted in simple foundational values. For example, for Antifa, it's a no kings, anti-authoritarian stance. For MAGA, it's often a desire for economic populism, national pride, or a distrust of globalist institutions. The extremist fringe. On the extreme fringes of any sufficiently large movement, you will find individuals who are willing to commit acts of violence.
I don't think MAGA is anti-globalist anymore. I mean, they have become. I mean, look, they're supporting a president who is building the deep state, ICE, who is building organizations like whatever the peace thing is in Gaza, whatever. I mean, you've got Jared and the daughter, like in Albania, sequestering an island for their elite class. It's the Epstein class, the billionaire. You have, have all this support of the billionaire class. It's really insane. It's insane that they call themselves anti-globalists. They're not. I mean, all the billionaires. Look at all the billionaires that Trump is supporting. I mean, he's literally stealing money from the American people to pay out individuals that were directly and indirectly responsible for the death of police officers.
We're pointing to what many political scientists and economic analysts see as the single biggest contradiction in modern populist politics. Asterisk the massive chasm between populist rhetoric and elite economic reality. The gap between calling oneself anti-globalist and actively participating in the highest levels of globalized wealth in dark divergence. You hit on three incredibly specific, real-world examples that perfectly illustrate how this works. 1. The Albania luxury resort, the literal peak of globalism. Your point about Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump in Albania is spot on. Their private equity firm, Affinity Partners, is currently facing massive protests and corruption probes over their multi-billion-dollar plan to develop Sazan Island, a former military base on the Adriatic coast, into an ultra-exclusive luxury eco-resort for the global VIP billionaire class. From a purely structural standpoint, this project is the textbook definition of globalism. It relies on international private equity. It leverages high-level political connections across borders to alter local environmental laws. It caters exclusively to a borderless nomadic elite class. The fact that the inner circle of an anti-globalist movement is executing a massive international luxury real estate deal highlights that the opposition isn't actually to global capital, but rather to global institutions. 2. Redefining globalism to protect billionaires. To understand how a movement can praise billionaires while claiming to be anti-globalist, you have to look at how the word globalist has been rhetorically redefined. Originally, anti-globalism was an economic critique, historically from the left, against multinational corporations.
Watch out, we're moving. Have to wait until the next one. Actually, maybe this road up here is once we get on this new road they built, it's probably going to be better. Wait, don't fuck up that part there, Tommy. That's the most important part. Oh, look, we didn't make it. We didn't make it. Am I driving you straight to work? Where are we going?
Straight. Oh, no.
Huh?
Oh.
Huh? What do you mean? Oh, you don't have your clothes? What time's your work?
Starts like at 6.
Oh, look, Tommy's smart. Tommy's smart. You just say fill in this section for me. Create an image filling in this section. Look at that. I taught you that, didn't I, Tommy? I taught you that, didn't I? I taught him how to use ChatGPT. Just take a picture of something and say, okay, fill this in for me. How should I fill it in?
Yes, my ChatGPT is not.
Huh? Smart? Huh?
It's not smart.
Really? Your ChatGPT is dumb? Why is mine smart and yours is dumb? Because I got 0102. I have 0102 in my ChatGPT. You don't use it enough. My arms are massive. I wish they were. My son's arms are bigger than mine. My son's arms are bigger. Is this my shirt's tight? My shirt's tight. So I look massive. Tommy should be wearing my Undown Dude t-shirts. You look really good with your Undown Dude t-shirts on, Mike. Tommy, you want to put on an Undown Dude t-shirt? On there. What's up, Gabe? I'm 38, dude. I'm like old, dude. I'm old. Look, I can look. I'm gonna look younger. Look at that. How's this? How's that? Look at that. Now I look young. Now I look in my 20s, don't I? Don't I look like in my 20s? Like that? Here, I gotta take it off. I don't like looking so young. I like to look. I like to put on my old mask. My old. Hold on, Tommy. Right when I get pretty soon, we're gonna get on some good road. Right here, maybe. I don't know. It still looks kind of shitty. Looks kind of shitty road, Tommy. You have to wait on there. Look, the mountains in the distance. See the mountains in the distance? Ooh, Tommy, don't write. The road's bad road. Bad road. Bad road, Tommy. Really bad road. Okay. All right, better road. New road. Why are you asking it? Yeah, I can't make mistakes. What did you study today? All right. Tommy's using the phone right now. Where are you from, Gab? Where are you from? Where are you from, Gab? Your arms are incredible. Dude, my arms are not incredible. You're blowing smoke, Gabe. Where is that? Where is that? What country is that? Is that a country? Sorry, I'm an ignorant American. You're 39, male 39. Are you hitting on me? Australia? I was trying to get my son to go to Australia. Aussie land. You guys are getting it tough right now. What's your gas? What's your gas price? Yeah, you can send me a friend request on Facebook. You get done, Tom?
I guess so.
What do you mean you guess so?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean you're not sure? Not to just have Mama look at it? It's for 5 months. Send that in. Did you get the bank account information in there, right? Okay. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. How about the bottom part? You need to fill in this bottom part or anything? Read that thing. That tells you how to fill it in. How about this bottom part? What does it say?
I'm not sure.
What did the AI say? What did the AI say? I hate this intersection. It's like the worst fucking intersection. Getting out of here is so hard. You have to do. All right. How do you get out of here? How would you do it? How would you do it? How would you get out of here?
Wait.
For what?
For the validate card.
Yeah, he's letting that know right there. You see how he's waiting? Appreciate it. Then you nod and pop and do like that. Give him the little thank you. You know, you have to bully your way in. If you don't bully your way in there, Tom, you're not getting out, right? So you have to wait for the opportunity. That car stopped to let this guy go. Then you commit yourself, right? Did you see how I did that? Right? If you don't have a plan, that's where you have a car accident. Now, the best location there, what would be the guaranteed way to get out? Wait for a truck. A truck. You notice how I was way up close, right, to the road? The truck could not make the turn. Does that make sense? The big truck. I'm trying to teach you driving here, and you're giving me a sour look face. How come you're getting the sour look face? He's tired. You need I got coffee at home. You drink one of my coffees. Did you hear about how I got coffee?
Yeah.
Who told you? See? I got free coffees.
You told me like
2 times? I think it's funny. I helped out an old, hey, what's up, James? I helped out an old farmer. Dude, so I had this, I'll tell you guys a crazy thing. So I don't know if you remember, James. Remember when I was driving down the road and I was like, what are these people doing? Right? I didn't film it, but remember that? I was in the K truck, James, and I pulled over, right? And I was like, what is going on here? And I said there was an old couple. There was like an 80-year-old woman. She was in her 80s. I mean, these were in their 80s, maybe older. Like definitely in their 80s, not in their 70s. They were in their 80s. The old lady was walking backwards, pulling on a string that was attached to a wheelbarrow that had a massive pump in it, right? Had a massive pump, like either a pump or a generator or something. It was huge. It was like this size. It weighed at least, I don't know, dude, at least 100 pounds, right? Right? Yeah, at least. Dude, your flattery is going to get you banned. Your best sense of humor. Humor is O-R, not O-U-R. Or is that how you spell it in Australia? Like color? You spell humor like color? C-L-O-U-R, like the British. Humor is spelled the same way. Gabe is like, is this the new thing? Yeah, I'm an atheist monk, dude. I'm not interested in any what's the word? Attention. Your flattery gets you nowhere. It's just gonna get you whacked. What's your name on Facebook? It's Save Dave. I think so. He is. I'm getting that vibe too. I'm getting that gay vibe. Maybe once he needs he needs a little makeup on. There you go. Put a little makeup on for Gabe. Gabe, I'm married, Gabe. Gabe, I'm married. I got a wife, Gabe. I can't do anything with you. I'm sorry. That's cool. Appreciate the respect, Gabe. It's all good, brother. Just teasing. I'm just teasing. Just teasing. You got to be secure with your sexuality. It's really important to be secure with your sexuality on there. Flex. Jesus loves you, Gabe. Look, Jesus loves you. So, what were we talking about? I was talking about something. Oh, the old people. Listen, Gabe. You're too much of a distraction. Put you on a 10-minute timeout whilst I tell this story. You're too much spam, Gabe. 10 minutes. Go get yourself a cold shower. Go calm down. Cool down, Gabe. Go get yourself a cold shower. All right? There's nothing special about my fucking arms. Except for the fact I don't work out. That's the only thing that's special about them. You know? So I'm driving down the road. Let me tell you this story. I'm driving down the road. As I'm driving down the road, I see this ancient old couple, like in their 80s. The old man is like, he's like 4'2", 4'3". I mean, he's short as fuck, maybe. Yeah, he's kind of here. I guess he was 5 foot. He's like 5 foot, maybe 5'2". His wife was like 4'8", right? Old couple, really old couple, old farmers, Japanese farmers. And I'm like, what are they doing? He's got this wheelbarrow. He's struggling with his wheelbarrow. He's got this massive generator or sus pump, this big square. I think it was a generator, actually. I think it was a generator. I don't know if he was pulling water from to his rice field. He was doing something with his rice field. So I pull over the road and I go, "Not steady." I'm like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Let me help you. Let me help you." I can't remember how I said it, but I was like, "Daija, yeah." I said, "Otosan, dame da yo. Abanayo." I think I was saying, "Abanayo." What are you doing? Dangerous. Father, Otosan. You call all one, I call all elderly Japanese Otosan, which means dad. It's like sometimes people come in here and call me uncle, right? You'll notice that I got an Asian people that come in here and it's a respect, uncle, right? If a Chinese person comes in here, they'll call me uncle. Like father's brother. So they call you uncle. In Japan, they say otosan, father. They don't use uncle. Why is that? Tommy sleeping, right? So like in Chinese culture, I think they call people uncle, right? In the Japanese culture, they call everyone like father or brother, big brother, little brother, father. If you're, kind of informal respect language. You need to keep Jesus out of your mouth. Damn. Goddamn. Jeff. God, that's pretty gross. Keep Jesus out of your mouth. Are you thinking about having oral sex with Jesus? Is that statement there? Keep Jesus out of your mouth. You have an image of oral sex with Jesus. God damn. No, Brad. I'd love for someone to try to swap me with the Japanese police. That'd be interesting. If someone tried to swap me with Japanese police, Plaid. You're gonna call the police up. They don't speak English. So I don't know how you're gonna go about swatting. You should give it a try though, if you want. Right? That'd be fun. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, I don't think swatting works in Japan. I've never heard of being swatted in Japan. It's only dumb fuck American police. Only dumb fuck American police are stupid enough to fucking swat people, right? You got to be a stupid police force to fucking go down and get roped into swatting. I mean, seriously, they don't do any due diligence. They're not thinking, is this a SWAT? I mean, they don't even think after all the swatting that's gone on in America, Platt. People are still getting swatted. It's crazy. It shows how dumb Americans are. That the police force is so fucking dumb that they don't have tactical units like that in Japan. It's not a police state. Japan isn't a police state like America. Do I believe in Godzilla? I'm an atheist. I don't believe in Godzilla. I'm an atheist, brother. He thought it was a person. There's a black guy. There's a black guy. It's Mr. Brown. Right? Jalen. Mr. Jalen Brown, NBA player. Hangs out. He's always laughing at my stream. Right? He's always, you're tripping out. But yeah, anyone come in, it's a gig, right? You're coming in and you think there's a black person about to murder me from behind, right? It got you thinking, didn't it? It got you thinking. Oh, nice. Nice. Janice we got a new song. We got Mr. Doo-Doo in the house. Never had that before. Here we go. Look at him. Mouth droops. Leg drag. Word slur. How far gone is too far gone? This far. Person, woman, man, camera, TV. Brags like he cured a disease. This is for when your brain is fried. Took it 4 times he lied. Hannibal Lecter, wonderful guy. Half his brain already died. Obama's president in his head. Most of his neurons already dead. Can't tell I love it. Can't hold a glass with his own hand. 80 years old, writing antique. Rules on the prompter, can't even speak. So far gone, don't know the air. So far gone, don't know why he's here. Draw a clock, name the day, count it down. He's got the codes and they're asking if he's sound. Been in decline for a long damn time. Every day he's worse, every day he slips. Even his ass can't believe the shit that keeps falling out his lips. Some call it sundowning, others call it going south. Brain is leaking out his ears, garbage pouring from his mouth. Will they ever tell the truth? But we gotta wait until the hurt. Whole world sees he's lost his mind, and every day he's getting worse. So far gone, things they love him still. So far gone, gotta be the pills. Burns his springs, it's the Mad King way. Allies counting
in control. Says the world loves us, that's a lie. All that hates us, wonder why. Trying to pass us, we're a joke. Economy's choking, going broke. Allies bailing, flags come down. Whole world laughing at the clown. Raising grins while saying he's burned. Damn stupid, he won't learn. Hello, historic shame. Blames everyone but his own name. Ain't got nothing, brain is mush. Flush this turd, flush, flush, flush. So far gone, don't know the year. So far gone, don't know why he's here. Drop clock in the day, count it down. He's like a cold and they're rapping every sound. No new wars, that's what he swore. Lied to his deep star, for more. I said we had no choice, I had to strike. Bomb them first, yeah, that ain't right. Then I got lied, caught red-handed. Boy, he wanted, boy, he demanded. Says it's over, says we won. General say it just begun. Body back stack, bills pile high. Tea time at the club while soldiers die. So far gone, you see one new war. So far gone, can't say what it's for. Name the dead, count the calls, say the name. He's got the codes and he forgot what he owns. Of course, got no standing, that's his line. Look cool, shuffling out of time. Drags that leg, mouth hangs slack. Defies the judge, won't look back. Rolling ankles, shaking hands. King who cannot even stand. Cause I know stand again. He's the one who lost him, man. We just watch, we just watch, we just watch. So far gone, still we watch him fall. So far gone, no one stops it all. Drop clock in the day, who's in charge? He's got the codes and he doesn't know it all. He's dying, good. But we let him in. We watched him rot and did nothing.
Oh my God.
Never again.
Oh my God.
Never again.
He's dying. Good. You gotta love it. JS puts another masterpiece on that. That is just too crazy. Let's add to the playlist. That is hilarious. He's nearly dead. Good. That's classic. Classic. Really good. We got to figure out the. We got to start building. We got to start getting the Lego videos on this shit, dude. We got to start doing Lego videos. It'd be cool to basically have a Lego builder, right? So you take, I want to automate this, right? I want to automate it. I want to be able to feed AI a song and have it generate the Lego video, you know, for it by grabbing different sections and tying it in with the song, tying in the timing, all of that. Seems like we could build that, right? Sounds like good found up to me on there. Dubstar. Dubstar. Look, Plaid. Did Plaid sleeve off? Did Plaid? Need some. Yeah, you like that head. You like that headline. That's Mr. Brown. On there. You're on mental health meds. So, Plaid is so unhinged, dude. I love Plaid's energy. He's so, I mean, talk about someone who is so fixated on me, right? Plaid comes in here every day. It's like I'm his staple. Poor Plaid is so forgotten. The song goes out to Plaid. I like this part. General say it just begun. Body back stack, bills pile high. Tea time at the club while soldiers die. So far gone, say you want no more. So far gone, can't say what it's for. America is done far worse than Unit 731. Think what America has done with Israel in Palestine. They make Unit 731, like Boy Scouts, compared to what Israel and America has done to Palestine. Dude, you can't even. It doesn't even hold weight on Unit 731 anymore. He's the one who lost your man. We just watch. Will we watch him fall? In the day, who's in charge? He's got the code and he doesn't know it all. He's dying. Good. But we let him in. We watched him rot. I love that. He's dying. Good. Don't let him in. So good. Well, you get more of it. Go to antifafm.com. Become a listener. We've got over 300 songs between JS and me on there. A majority of JS's. And if you want to be an online Antifa resist, we have a little hashtag FFCPLN hashtag. Put the hashtag in there. Fake fuck Christian, Peter Levin Nazi, MAGA equals. You can just do MAGA equals hashtag FFCPLN, right? MAGA equals hashtag FFCPLN, right? And MAGA equals FFCPLN. Fake fuck Christians, Peter Levin Nazis. Look at the sun's beautiful. Sun, I don't know if you can see it, but they're glistening off the. Look at that sun right there. When's your Tommy gonna run in and change and come out? Tommy's sleeping. Tommy, wake up, son. You gonna run in? What time do you start working? 5:30. You want to make you food or anything? Huh? You want to make you food? You want to make you food or no? Are you hungry? That's a simple question. Food, yes or no? Rice and chicken? What do you want to eat?
Hungry though.
You're not hungry? Okay, then I won't make you anything then. I won't make you anything. I can make you like a burrito thing. A chicken burrito with a little rice on it, like I did, rolled it up. I'll make you a little burrito. That's off. Yeah, Call Girl's good. I like the Call Girl. We need to do more Lego videos. This one's kind of Lego songs that we can later put to Lego. We gotta lean into the Lego part. All right, let me make Tommy a burrito. Do you eat both your bananas? Hold on, let me make sure.
martyrs with the ticket torch flags, preaching purity while they protecting the prayers. Family values my ass, it's a family of frauds, covering tracks like confessional bras. Ice agents praying before the dawn sweep, covering dreams in the street, making grandmas weep. You love the orange, I don't tweeting from. Are you MAGA? Diddy, are you MAGA? Diddy, are you MAGA? Are you MAGA? It means, are you a pedophile? Are you a pedo lover? Are you pro-fascist? I'm anti-fascist. Are you pro-fascist? All right. I don't know about you. I don't like fascism. Do you like fascism? We're anti-fascist. God damn, this life is not sharp anymore. And there's no such thing as mid-fascist, Tyler. If you believe in a deep state paramilitary organization, if you believe in if you're a racist and you believe in subjugating a class of people, the Nazis did the Jews. MAGA is doing the undocumented Americans. You're not giving people a pathway to citizenship. You don't believe in giving people a pathway to citizenship. People who went and served in our military are being deported. Can you believe that? People who served, who risked their lives to help America, to serve, are being deported. That's just insane. That is insane. They're told, hey, if you join the military, it's your pathway to citizenship, and then they get deported. Sick fuck, dude. Sick fucks. Then move to Israel. Yeah, move to Israel, dude. Get the fuck out. Go to Israel. Start your channel. Move to Israel. Making a chicken fajita. I don't know if it's a fajita or not. What makes it a fajita? What makes it a fajita? I don't have any. I need a little rice in here too. Like that. A little mayonnaise in there. I don't have any. That little chicken taco, like a taco. Look. Mmm.
Got rice and chicken, and tomatoes and onions. I'm testing it. That thing's gonna get canceled. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got all those. He only wants good-looking military people.
I never found the bomb before the bell could ring that day. The morning fell on me. No.
It's one of my songs.
Small shoes inside the powdered stone, satchel in a crated wall. They came to read, they came to play. The sky came down and took them all. They never found just the small shoes in the smoke, just the road we'll never call.
It's got my name on it. I'm claiming it. I must have reworked it.
They sold us war. They never found.
I must have taken your lyrics and remixed it.
The soldier fell on foreign sand, the flag, a box of war to sell. He never chose the lie they told. They sent him home beneath the fold. They never found a bomb. Just the smoke, shoes in the smoke. Just the road we'll never walk. Just the promises they broke. They sold us fear. They sold us hope. They never found the bomb. They pulled the children from the stone. The market open, the market grew. A missile fires, a stock turns green. There's growth to the chosen few. Crude crossed 100, the banks broke records. Oil men toasted the burning sky. Near 2 billion a day to kill. And somebody's getting rich tonight. You swore a weapon, you swore a threat. The inspectors found an empty room. No bomb, no proof, no smoking gun, just contracts signed in children's tombs. You spent our sons on someone else's war and made us all pay to watch them fall. They never found the ball. Just the small shoes and the smoke. Just the daughters of me now. Just the vows the mighty broke. So say their names against the dark. Let every morning fell on me. Open black truck, lights flashing red and blue.
This is actually
Tearing families apart in the dead of night, nothing new. Kids in cages, mothers crying, fathers gone without a trace. While the man in the gold tower laughs in America's face. He signs the orders, pumps his fist, calls it keeping us safe. But it's just me dressed in red hats, waving flags of disgrace. They scream about freedom while they build the walls higher. Preach about Jesus, but set the world on fire. Fight for Christians, be the loving Nazis. Behind the cross while they take us to our knees. Fight for Christians, be the loving Nazis. Flag is burning America down in the cloud of a disease. Pardons the criminals who wear his colors proud. Cause the Proud Boys find people in front of the cheering crowd. Storm the Capitol with their flags, nooses swinging in the air. While he watched it on TV, grinning without a care. Now he's back with vengeance, promising round two. Deport them all, lock them up if they don't look like you. They quote the Bible twisted, cherry pick the hate. Love thy neighbor unless they're brown or coming through the gate. Fight for Christians, you loving Nazis. Hiding behind the cross while they drag us to our knees. Fight for Christians, be the moving Nazis. Maggots burning America down in the cloud of the disease. Ice in the shadows, raiding workplaces at dawn. Workers vanishing like ghosts, families ripped and torn. Trump's on stage, ranting about invaders and crime, while his own party's full of predators doing hard time. Project 2025, the blueprint for the end. Turn the clock back 100 years, call it making America great again. They pray on Sunday morning, then lie through Monday night. Claim God's on their side while they strip away our rights. Fake fuck Christians, needle-loving Nazis. Hiding behind the cross while they drag us to our knees. Fake fuck Christians, needle-loving.
Mama's water's out. I'm using my my spring water.
We sang about in school, where liberty and justice were supposed to rule. Now it's fear and division, greed and power unchained, a coat and red hat screaming, lock her up again. But we see through the lies, we remember the cost. America's bleeding, we won't let it be lost. A fake fuck Christians, be the loving Nazis. Your kingdom of hate is crumbling to its knees. Status quo! Corporate media buried it. We went there anyway. On the ground in the trenches. Covering corruption, worker exploitation. The protests they pretend don't exist. Funded by working people, not billionaires. Independent news. The real God status quo. We show up when they cover it up. Status quo shows up. Status quo. Welcome to the Ice Age. They told him, come on in, it's fine. He brought his papers, stood in line. He did it right, he showed his face. He came to court to plead his case. The judge said dismissed, he thought he'd won. Then the hallway closed and he was gone. No badge, no name, no when, no why. They cuffed him while his daughter cried. Cruel minds, cold hearts, no knock, no warning. Empty chairs by morning. Welcome to the Ice Age. Masked men on every street. It's families, not criminals, torn, screaming from their seats. $170 billion for a force that hides its face. This isn't law, it's something colder. Welcome to the Ice Age. No badge, no name, no need to say which law they broke to haul away. They swore they'd take the worst of men. They took the cook, the mom, the friend. The Lady Liberty is crying, and the man at the top keeps lying. Cruel minds, cold hearts, no knock, no warning. Empty chairs by morning. Welcome to the Ice Age. Masked men on every street. It's families, not criminals, torn screaming from their seats. $170 billion for a force that hides its face. This isn't law, it's something colder. Welcome to the Ice Age. They fired the judges who said no, who'd let a frightened family stay. They made the court a trapdoor now. Walk in with hope, walk out in chains. Don't call it order, don't call it law. It's cruelty wearing a badge and flag. Welcome to the Ice Age. But the code won't get the last word. We are standing on the courthouse steps. We are filming. We are heard. $170 billion can't erase a single name. We remember. We are watching. Welcome to the Ice Age. Cool minds, cold hearts, a frozen age. But ice will break and ice will break. Welcome to the Ice Age. Welcome to the Ice Age. pissed in chief with his predator grin. Fuck the crypto grifters and the cons they spend. Fuck the Proud Boys marching with their tiki torch flames. Fuck every pardon Trump signed in his name. Fuck the crypto fascists preaching hate from the pews. Fuck the oligarchs buying politicians to use. Fuck the technocrats thinking they above the law. Fuck the right-wing extremists. This label is mine. Tax-free ride. Fuck the bootleg senators with nothing inside. Fuck the MAGA cult drinking poison every day. Fuck the talking heads spinning lies for pay. Fuck the border camps and the cruelty machine. Fuck the Supreme Court crowning the fascist regime. For the silence from cowards who should speak up loud. Fuck every single face in that red hat crowd. Take fuck Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda and your fucking atrocities. Take fuck Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. We coming for the throne. Watch it fall to pieces. Fuck your thoughts and prayers. Fuck your laws and lies. Fuck your stolen power. Watch it fucking die. What? Is that enough? Fuck the fallen president and his golden tower. Fuck the sycophants begging for a taste of power. Fuck the book bans, word bans, banning who we love. Fuck the false prophets claiming they speak from above. Fuck the dark money buying every food. Fuck the propaganda shoved down our throat. Fuck the deportation fight, tearing lives apart. Fuck every traitor with a cold dead heart. Make fuck Christians, they don't love us. Is this? Did you like model this after Yes or something? Jazz. What was the artist you modeled this? Is this like Yes? Oh, Pink Floyd version. Pink Floyd. Okay, you're a fucking mind reader. You're a mind reader.
have it do classic Genesis, right? With the what was the first guy? Peter Gabriel, and then do Genesis with Phil Collins, right? We should do that on there. I mean, your F-bomb is your this is literally, you should put fuck Donald J. Trump, FDJT. This should be renamed. You should rename these to fuck Donald J. Trump, right? Because these are really I can't even say it, right? DJT, FDJT, FDJT, FGJT. Fake fuck Christian, pedo loving Nazi. Nice. Well, you don't share your political stuff. You're like a closeted stuff. You don't share, right? You don't try put some of this shit on your regular channel. Yeah, you don't have it out there. I bet if you need to start sharing it. You need to come out of the closet, JS. Come out. All your Christian listeners, they're gonna have their ears bleeding on there. All right, Tommy, we going or no? It's 10 minutes. I'm gonna go out, wait for you. I don't want you playing. I know. So we're welcome to adulthood. That's a feeling I've felt all my life. Oh, gotta go. Yeah, well, maybe not all my life. All my working life. All right. Oh shit. Tommy's starting to appreciate his dad's life. See, look at the spider web. Look at the I don't know if you can see that, but look at all of the little baby. The spider has caught all of these goddamn mosquitoes. One spider has literally caught like 100 mosquitoes. He's sleeping up in the door trap. You got another spider up there. Spiders all over here. Spiders up here. I love my spiders. They do their job. Eat fucking mosquitoes. That's their job. Eat fucking mosquitoes. I wonder where is this guy? I am missing a 2-liter. I mean, whatever this is. I wonder where it is. Need to go get water. I wonder where my other I don't really need to carry gas around with me. Let's kick the gas can out of the car. Let's put the gas can in here. All right, let's get it on here. Fuck DLT. Fucking look at that fucking big old raven. Look at that raven. Dirty bird. That dirty bird. That dirty bird. talk to me in English. How about this bottom section? Okay. I want you to check the following. Are you sure the numbers after my account or before it are not needed? Oh, cool. It's in the bag. Do I return the entire, or do I keep the side on the left? Little K card, Gabe. Do I need postage on here, Tommy? Does this need postage or no? My AI is smarter than my Japanese son. Do I need postage for this? Cool. All right, I can stick that in the mail. Fine. My Wi-Fi wouldn't connect. Finally connected. I need to get some of this straw. I need to get some of the straw from our rice field. I got big old bags before it rains again.
absolute meltdown that the president had on national news this weekend, just before he flew to New York City to make everyone in town miserable because of how difficult it is to do anything when the president decides to attend an NBA Finals game smack dab in the middle of the city. In the middle of the week, too. Yeah. Even if you didn't have an opinion on the president, if you were somehow apolitical, you'd at least have to be annoyed that you're forced to arrive 3 hours early to a basketball game like you're departing on an international flight. Or if you work within a mile radius of this area.
Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of everything.
You can't just, at this point, you should just not go to work. But it is very disruptive.
Most other American cities put their stadiums and arenas far away from where things happen, but
Inconveniently far.
not in New York City. We put it right in the middle so that if the president ever decides to show up, it's everyone's problem.
That's right.
Now, this is without mentioning the thousands of New Yorkers who would have been enjoying watch parties around the arena, but no longer can because of Trump's visit. Though Mamdani did set up watch parties further away from the arena, so that was good news. And we'll get to more on Trump's arrival and departure from Madison Square Garden in a second. But let's back up and start things off with the first thing that really has MAGA world losing their minds recently. Douchebag Spencer Pratt was knocked out of the LA mayoral race by the person that we voted for, Nithya Raman.
Yeah.
And we just have to say, we will happily take a few weeks of delusional shrieking from the right over 5 more months of AI-generated Spencer Pratt ads blanketing our feeds and social media.
He's the slop candidate. It's over, but I was driving today and I saw some posters we pasted onto a building that were also just the sloppiest of AI slop. It was like Moms for Pratt.
Yeah, there was a billboard over in Eagle Rock that had him with a bunch of, it was all AI created, but him surrounded by dogs. And one of the funniest things that I noticed on the billboard was that even in the AI versions that he makes of himself, he's still very fat.
Well, at least he's accurate about one thing.
Sure.
So for now, the shrieking must commence, and conservatives are already twisting themselves into knots trying to explain how a conservative with zero experience didn't win in a city that is historically dominated by Democrats.
How could this have possibly happened?
I don't know.
The math doesn't math.
That is
There will never
lies.
be an election that is
Fair.
and secure enough.
It's fair,
to please
stolen.
the voters, unless and until their candidates just win every race.
Then it will be proven.
Including in places where they have no fucking shot statistically. And California elections take a long time to process because of the amount of oversight that goes into it. And as we mentioned in our last episode, there are literal live streams of ballot processing locations, and the elections are slow by law.
Mhm.
We voted to make the elections slow.
The entire
That's how
point
it works.
is that you're getting an accurate count.
But anyway, this isn't enough for the GOP because evidence of voter fraud isn't necessary to drum up countless conspiracies that all mysteriously end with Congress passing Trump's ultra-restrictive SAVE Act to further disenfranchise millions of American voters.
Mm-hmm.
House Speaker Mike Johnson threw away any pretense when asked about all this so-called voter fraud over the weekend, and he said that despite there being no proof, he and the rest of the party, they just feel that something's going on here.
Yeah.
I think California is playing around with us.
But what evidence is there to prove that there was this
I
rape?
don't. Some of these efforts are so diabolical and so far upstream that it's impossible to prove. But I think everybody knows instinctively something is wrong here.
Yes, Mr. Johnson, it's definitely an instinct that
It's an
Republicans seem
instinct.
to have where every
Oh,
election
it's
they
just a
didn't win
feeling.
unfair or rigged.
Yeah.
You can feel it right here.
I can feel it
But I'm
right
not
here.
sure I'd like to trust the instincts of a man who can't stop jacking off unless his family monitors his habits through an app. But Mike Johnson is just the latest in a string of usual suspects, including Pratt himself, who are using his loss to start drumming up election fraud conspiracies.
Did he
ahead of
lose?
November. The president himself appeared on NBC's Meet the Press, looking especially orange and melty over the weekend,
Terrible.
to just straight up yell at Kristen Welker for daring to ask for
Did Mike Johnson lose? What? Did Mike Johnson lose his seat? Tell me this is true. Tell me this is true. Hey, did Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, lose his re-election campaign in California?
Of the House, Mike Johnson, is actually from Louisiana. representing the 4th Congressional District, not California. He won his re-election there handily and continues to serve as Speaker. The confusion likely stems from a mix-up with a couple of high-profile political stories connecting the speakership to California. Former Speaker Kevin McCarthy, the man Mike Johnson replaced as Speaker, is from California. McCarthy didn't lose a re-election campaign to an opponent, but he was historically ousted from the Speaker's chair by his own party in late 2023 and decided to resign from Congress shortly after. The California redistricting feud. You might have seen headlines about California Republicans facing tough re-election bids because of redistricting battles. Several vulnerable California representatives have publicly blamed Speaker Johnson's leadership for failing to protect their district boundaries, leaving them open to losing their...
Yeah, so what Republicans have lost their midterms? Can you go through a whole list? Look at this shit, Tommy. It's not good.
A quick reality check on the timeline. Since we are currently in June 2026, the 2026 midterm general elections haven't happened yet. They are coming up this November. However, looking back at the most recent election cycles where Republican incumbents did lose their seats, specifically the 2024 general election.
Now, how about special elections between that we've had? What elections, or maybe not, like people who are up for the ballot for the midterms, they're like fighting it off. I think that's what I'm talking about.
You were talking about the pre-midterm shuffling, both the 2026 primary elections, where incumbents literally have to fight it off against challengers from their own party just to get on the November ballot, and special elections, triggered by sudden resignations or vacancies. Because we are in the thick of the 2026 election cycle right now, we've already had some massive primary knockouts and unexpected open seats. Here is the breakdown of who has been fighting for their political lives. 1. 2026 primary knockouts. Incumbents who lost their ballots. Several high-profile representatives have already lost their primary battles this spring, meaning they won't even make it to the November midterm ballot. House Republicans defeated Dan Crenshaw, Texas 02.
Yes.
In one of the biggest surprises of the Texas spring primaries, the high-profile incumbent lost his renomination bid to challenger Steve Toth. Thomas Massie, KY04, known as a fierce libertarian independent streak in the House, lost a bitter primary battle to challenger Ed Gulrain. House Democrats defeated Al Green, Texas 18, lost a highly competitive, redistricting-fueled race to fellow incumbent Christian Menifee after their districts were shifted into one another. Julie Johnson, Texas 33, lost her primary race during a crowded battle to secure her spot for the general election. 2. Recent congressional special elections, 2025-2026. Special elections happen when a seat is suddenly vacated midterm, often due to a politician joining the presidential administration, resigning under controversy, or stepping aside. Here are the most notable ones that have kept the House in a constant state of flux over the last year. District, former incumbent. Reason for vacancy, winner/current status. California 14th, Eric Swalwell, D. Resigned in April 2026 amid misconduct allegations.
Yes, sexual
Special
misconduct.
primary is happening
Sexual
next
misconduct.
week, June 16th, 2026.
Idiot.
Georgia 14th, Marjorie Taylor Greene, R. Vacated her House seat earlier this year. Won by Clayton Fuller, R. in March 2026. Florida 1st. Matt Gaetz, R. Resigned from the House. Won by Jimmy Petronis, R. Florida 6th. Michael Waltz, R. Stepped down to join the Trump administration. Won by Randy Fine, R. California 1st. Doug LaMalfa, R. Vacated his seat earlier this cycle. James Gallagher, R. Just won the June special primary. What to watch next? Because these micro battles and upcoming special election runoffs in August are shifting the balance of powers even arrive.
Explain how they're shifting in power. Here we go, new song.
Mouth droops, leg drags, word slur. How far gone is too far gone? This far. Person, woman, man, camera, TV, brags, I get cured of the disease. Test is when your brain is fried. Took it 4 times, he lied. Hannibal Lecter, wonderful guy. Half his brain already died. Obama's president in his head. Most of his neurons already dead. Can't tell Iceland from Greenland. Can't hold a glass with his own hand. 80 years old, rotten antique. Drools on the prompter, can't even speak. So far gone, don't know the year. So far gone, don't know why he's here. Draw a clock, name the day, count it down. He's got the codes, and they're asking if he's sound.
Nice, Eminem.
For a long damn time, every day he's worse, every day he slips. Say hi. Can't believe the shit that keeps falling out his lips. Some call it sundowning, others call it going south. Brain is leaking out his ears, garbage pouring from his mouth. Will they ever tell the truth? Or we gotta wait until the hearse. Whole world sees he's lost his mind, and every day he's getting worse. So far gone, thinks they love him still. So far gone, gotta be the pills. Burn his friends, that's the Mad King way. Allies counting down his final day. UFC sweating on the grass. Oh, Berg drooling at that sweaty ass. And he thinks he's in control. Says the world loves us, that's a lie. Whole planet hates us, wonder why. China passed us, we're a joke. Economy's choking, going broke. Allies bailing, flags come down. Whole world laughing at the clown. Waves and grins while cities burn. Too damn stupid, he won't learn. Record low, historic shame. Blames everyone but his own name. King of nothing, brain this mush. Flush this turd, flush, flush, flush. So far gone, don't know the year. So far gone, don't know why he's here. Draw a clock, name the day, count it down. He's got the codes, and they're asking if he's sound. No new wars, that's what he swore. Lied through his teeth, started one more. Said we had no choice, had to strike. Bomb them first, yeah, that ain't right. Pentagon lied, caught red-handed. War he wanted, war he demanded. Says it's over, says we won. Generals say it just begun. Body bag stack, bills for high. Tea time at the club while soldiers die. So far gone, thinks he won the war. So far gone, can't tell you what it's for. Name the dead, count the costs, say their names. He's got the codes, and he forgot what he lost. Court's got no standing, that's his line. Look who's shuffling out of time. Drag that leg, mouth hangs slack. Divide the judge, won't look back. Swollen ankle, shaking hands. King who cannot even stand. Court's got no standing, look again. He's the one who lost it, man. We just watch. We just watch. We just watch. So far gone, still we watch him fall. So far gone, no one stops at all. Draw a clock, name the day, who's in charge. He's got the codes and he doesn't know at all. He's dying, good, but we let him in.
Good.
We watched him rot and did nothing. Never again, never again, never again.
Never again. Never again. That's good, JS. That's good. Was there another one? That's the new one. All right. There you go. That's good. I'll listen to that again. Listen to that again.
Look at him. Mouth droops, leg drags, word slur. How far gone is too far gone? This far.
What's that place there?
Person, woman, man, camera, TV, brags like he cured of the disease. Tested when your brain is fried. Took it 4 times, he lied. Hannibal Lecter, wonderful guy. Half his.
You think I can go on the right here to that? I don't see a turn lane. Do you?
No.
Well, as soon as it fucking turns green, I'm gonna rush.
You don't have to rush.
I don't need to rush. All right.
brain already died. Obama's president in his head. Most of his neurons already dead. Can't tell.
What? You're kind of early. Well, boss, what time do you start?
6.
You're not early. 10 minutes. It's Japanese on time. Right? Didn't they tell you that? Huh? Get your earring in. Both of them or just one? Both of them, man. Back in the day, 2 earrings meant you're queer. Huh? 2 earrings. Back in the day when I was young, you had 2 earrings means you're gay. Like a girl, you know? Actually, if you had your earring in your right ear, it was gay. It was like a symbol because people were scared, right? If you had it in your left ear, it meant you were just cool. But now, earrings, nose rings, all that stuff doesn't mean anything. It's just
Ice
culture.
from Greenland can't hold a glass with his own hand. 80 years old, got an antique. Drools on the prompter, can't even speak. So far gone, don't know the year. So far gone, don't know why he's here. Dog like name the day, counted down. He's got the codes, and they're asking if he's sound. Been in decline for a long damn time. Every day he's worse, every day he slips. Even his ass can believe the shit that keeps falling out his lips.
The issue, Space. Yeah, sure you could. The issue is your visa, Space. The issue is your visa. You have 90 days, 3 months on a tourist visa. So the challenge is getting your visa. So you have to teach. You have to find a teaching job or agriculture job or something that will provide you, we don't want to go. I guess I go this way. Provide you with a visa. Japan doesn't, you have to get a work visa or you're going to have to marry. Are you single, Space? I have a solution. Are you single? Marry. Do the old, undo. Hey, Siri, set my alarm for 9:15.
I turned on your 21:15 alarm.
Yeah, come over here on a vacation, hang out with me. I'll get you married by the time you leave. You stay in my shit house. You can stay in my shit house for but you want to get a round trip ticket that is open-ended, meaning you can change the return date, Space, and come out and hang with me, and I'll find you a Japanese wife. We'll get you a Japanese wife. It'll be our 30 days to get Space married in 30 days. It'll be our channel. It'll be like a reality TV show. You and me going around, right? Using AI, finding yourself a wife. Well, man, it'll be funny. I'll be your pimp. Oh yeah, he's got a house. Oh yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna turn it into izakaya. Yeah, you just got to get yourself. You want to get yourself you have your passport, Space. That'd be hilarious. I got women. I've got a woman who is I call her my second wife. She's got money, Space. She's got money. Her daughter just went to college, and she's beautiful. Sometimes I don't know if you've seen her. Sometimes she comes over to my house. Oh yeah, I gotta find you. I got one. I got them laid out. Dude, I got so many Japanese women that want to marry me. I got a whole layaway. I'll just go through my layaway plan. I got a whole list just in case I want to get rid of mama. I got a backup. I got a whole list of backup mamas. I'll find you. Get you married. Get it done. At least give it a try. What do you have to lose? You have your passport? nice. It's not about finding you a nice. They're all nice. I mean, there's no such thing as. And if you like a mama with back, I got this one woman. I don't know if you ever seen her. Get your passport, dude. Can't do shit until you get your passport. Rule number 1: go get your passport. Yes, are you still here? I got another idea. Another idea for a song. King Joffrey. America's got King Joffrey. You know, the pedo, lay it to the pedo, his fake fuck Christian, pedo-loving Nazi followers, his MAGA followers, right? King Joffrey in the house. King Joffrey in the house. We elected King Joffrey. The scams, the Albania. Text, no MAGA, dude. I don't do services for MAGA. Text. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can get here. The easiest way to move to Japan is if you're single, get a Japanese wife. There's 3 million single women. Oh, you're not MAGA? All right, let me just give you your thing. Add administrator. All right, standard. There you go. All right, I'll be your pimp. Text, I'll be your pimp. I love it. I'm not what? Just because I've got Tex in my name, don't stereotype my ass because I live in Texas. Yo, what's his name? What's the guy, the Texas guy name? Who's the Texas guy name? The Texas guy, anti-MAGA dude? I love that guy. What's his name? The anti-MAGA Texas guy. What's his name? Or it's something, he's like a hick. Maybe he's not from Texas, but he's got that real, who am I talking about? He's a YouTuber. I haven't watched him in a while. All right, Tex. I got you sorted, brother. I got you sorted. Sure. Do you have your passport? Maybe you can beat space. Come over. You just got, the key is to come over with an open-ended ticket, you know? That you change your ticket. You don't have to change your visa. As an American, you don't have to worry about changing your visa. You automatically get a 90-day visa for Japan. You know, put like a 1 month, and then if you like Japan, change it. You know, change your ticket, change your return ticket for for 2 months. I got a place you can say if you don't mind living in a trash house. Right, I got a little loft bedroom, which by the way I need to go clean out, but it's been raining. I got someone going to be staying in the house for 2 days. Aaron is coming over. I already have the first move to Japan person visiting me next Monday. He's flying in with his wife. And yeah, you can hang out, dude. I got a place. It ain't no Hilton. Yeah, it's easy, dude. It's easy. There's none of the bullshit, dude. When you come here, it's kind of like this weight, you know, this weight gets lifted, all the fucking bullshit that we deal with in America. They don't have any of that shit here. Yeah, there's a language barrier. You want to, try to speak Japanese, learn their ways, right? As much as you can. If you have a Japanese wife, she'll teach you. Yeah. That's the goal, Space. We're gonna have our Undoubted cult here. We're gonna slowly bring people over. We'll build, and then see once we get 2 people here, then we can buy the next IKEA house, right? You basically rent to own. It'll be found ups. You get tokenized, and we'll tokenize all the houses. It's all part of my plan, my found ups plan, right? I'm just trying to get the loading thing. Maybe I should be building that part too. You know what? I need to build that part. You just gave me an idea, because I've been thinking I'm gonna be building out Move to Japan as a found up, and Move to Japan is gonna have different levels. So the freemium to premium. So the freemium is basically, hey, this is the basics, what you need. That's the freemium. And then the premium, you get tokens, you get access to the IKEA houses, like staying at my house, right? You earn days. We have a calendar. It's all closed. You can set your calendar date, right? If you want to come over and spend the week. If you want to come over and volunteer, if you're a carpenter, you could actually earn, right? So instead of paying you actually money, imagine you earn tokens equivalent to your money that goes towards your IKEA house. So you can work to own, right? Volunteer to own a new way. You come over, you volunteer, you help fix up a fucking house, right? That house then becomes available in our network. Think of it like an Airbnb, but just for members, and everyone's paying small amounts to help cover the utilities and everything else, and just coming over. And then all these houses are ultimately available for living in or securing, and we build our network that way. Fixing up and then going around. There's 9 million properties. Imagine we go around, we find these properties, we get the zero ones, we fix them up for free. We have people coming and visiting, spending spending a month in Japan as volunteer, kind of like a Habitat for Humanity, Habitat for Found Ups. Yeah, it would be great being a general contractor here. You have that skill set, Tex. Would be huge. You can run. Well, it's all decentralized space. It's all decentralized. AI is the landlord. It's all decentralized. It's a membership. Think of it as like a membership association. I've been thinking it's cool because this has come up because actually it's the missing part from Move to Japan. So now I've got the full dialectic, right? So this is how I build. This is how we build it out. I'm going to build it out right now. So as I'm driving. All right, I want to have a discussion. This is the Found Up House discussion. We're going to be setting up Found Up in the code base, and I want to explain to you how it fits in with Move to Japan and the whole system. Okay.
All right, let's break down how this fits. Found Up House is essentially a core node. Think of it as a physical presence that anchors the entire Move to Japan concept. The house acts as a showcase for sustainable living, local engagement, and the Found Up approach to community integration.
All right, I want you to take a step back because you're describing the MVP, and I want to start with the proof of concept. So people want to get out from America. The challenge is what is it like living in Japan? How do I get to Japan, right? So the whole Move to Japan, the YouTube channel, basically is the gateway for building the stakeholders of it. Now, we already have our first Found Up house in Japan. It's the IKEA house I have. And people who come can actually stay at the house and help and work on the house. So imagine think of the freemium to premium. The freemium is, hey, I want to move to Japan. We put them through a funnel. They answer a few questions. Like the most important, do you have a passport, right? What is your skill set? The AI then works as the assistant to helping the person, with the process. Do you not have your passport? This is how you get your passport. This is where you want, what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. And is there is the assistant. And then, there's, we can provide little handbook stuff when we capture their email address and stuff like that. So we want to create that funnel. And then for the premium unit, the ones that are paying the $4.95 per month, okay, into the FoundUp, that's like the stakeholder investor basic level, and it scales up. They get access to staying at the FoundUp house. They get access to one-on-one assistance, special groups and stuff like that.
So, as a proof of concept, you're building a funnel that bridges curiosity into action. First, the YouTube channel educates and engages people with the idea of moving to Japan. Then you filter them through basic readiness steps, passport, skills, interests, where the AI acts as a practical guide. Those who pay become stakeholders with perks like staying at FoundUp House and more direct assistance. It's all
well.
you can convert.
They also get access. Yeah, as a stakeholder, they're earning tokens. You spend your tokens to stay at a house, right? So the FoundUp House token. Because it's a FoundUp, there's 21 million tokens for the FoundUp House. FoundUp House is anyone in Japan who wants to launch their own FoundUp House can plug into it. Think of it as kind of like an Airbnb / Habitat for Humanity, where people come, we fix up these whole old IKEAs, and we make them available to individuals, right?
That's a solid extension. By tying the FoundUp House token model to both community renovation and access, you create both incentive and participation. Now, to lock that in, you'll need to document how these tokens circulate, like spending them on stays or earning them through contributions. This gives people tangible value and ties directly into your broader ROC principles. People earn by doing, and that sustains the ecosystem.
Yeah, they could, we could do it like this. We could have like a one-to-one meeting is worth so many tokens and stuff like that. The other thing is we'll have a website that is structured like FoundUp's, where the POC is public facing, but the prototype layer, right, is the paywall that gets you through. But the paywall in our system gives you access to all FoundUps. So when you join as a member, right, you get don't access just to Move to Japan FoundUp. You get access to all of them through the paywall.
That's smart. By creating a universal membership gateway, you're stacking value across all FoundUps. People pay once and they can engage with any project, whether that's moving to Japan, staying at a FoundUp house, or any future FoundUp initiative. This aligns perfectly with your ROC model, as every FoundUp enhances the network. Now you just need to ensure the tech architecture allows seamless token.
Well, all right. So what we need to do is actually add this FoundUp, right? FoundUp House, or Move to Japan. I don't know what I guess we call it. I guess we'll just keep it as Move to Japan. But Move to Japan gives you access to FoundUp House. So FoundUp House and Move to Japan are probably two separate FoundUps, right? They're layered because FoundUp House could be anywhere too. FoundUp House, the whole FoundUp House system is a decentralized Airbnb system that could be launched anywhere in the world, So we probably want to do an audit, and to add this FoundUp into the code base, into the architecture. My wife's home. God damn it. Wifey is home. Yeah, that'd be good, dude. Imagine 9 million homes. We're fixing them up, you know, and then we fix them up and sell them. We could sell some of them, everything. Yeah. Be nice, Tex. You have your passport, Tex? AI is the landlord. Cool. So now that I just talked to AI, it knows all my work. It's laid it all out, right? So then what I do is I just I paste this into the code base, and the AI agents add it to the system, right, on it. That's how easy it is. All right, what's the weird, funny question for me? Let's turn this off here. I wonder where Mikey is. I really don't want to go. My wife is home. Why is I guess 6 o'clock. I guess I'll go out and get some food or something for her. What are you doing, Mama? Leah, no, don't touch. Don't touch that. What? What don't you like? What's wrong? I got it all covered so nothing grows. Oh, that's your washing. That's the chicken. That's the bird towel stuff. It was I'm washing it and drying it out.
It's not dry.
It's dry now. It was now those are dipped in there. What should I do with it? Throw it away? What? What? I gotta deal some of the yard. See, that's why I don't like to come home. Huh? What? Yeah, I gotta rip out everything, cut everything. Yeah, okay. How's your day? Huh? Something like that. Get all this shit here. You know what? I'm gonna make this into a little pen. Oh, this will be perfect for the little pen. I'm gonna make this for the little quail pen in here. I'll put a netting over it so birds can't get into it. Soil looks so good. Look how good the soil looks. Look at that soil. Look at that soil. It's really nice soil. It was a nice, cool day today. I should have been doing the yard today. I gotta cut this whole yard down. Cut all this down. They're big. You're as big as me then, dude. You're my size. 6'2", 250 pounds. That's me. That's me, brother. The houses are big. Describe what it's like in rural Japan.
Rural Japan feels like stepping 30 to 50 years into the past in some ways, and 20 years into the future in others. You wake up to birds, frogs, temple bells, and farmers working small plots of land. Rice fields stretch across valleys. Mountains are everywhere. At night, it gets genuinely dark. You can see stars that many Americans haven't seen in decades. The pace is slower. People still leave vegetables on each other's porches. Many homes are left unlocked. Children walk to school by themselves. Crime is extremely low. You can forget your wallet somewhere and often get it back. At the same time, you have fiber internet, modern healthcare, high-speed rail, cashless payments, and some of the best infrastructure on Earth. The biggest shock for many Americans is space and affordability. In much of rural America, young people leave because there are no jobs. In rural Japan, young people leave because there are no young people. Entire villages are aging out. Houses sit empty. Fields go untended. Schools close because there aren't enough children. That creates opportunity. You can sometimes buy a house for less than the cost of a used car. You can garden, raise chickens, keep bees, grow food, or start a small business. Some people teach English. Others work remotely. Some commute to nearby cities. The trade-off is convenience. You may be 20 to 30 minutes from a supermarket. English is less common. The social culture can be reserved. Winters can be cold. Bureaucracy is still very Japanese. But for many people, the quality of life equation changes dramatically. Less stress, less crime, less traffic, less political noise, more nature, more community, more safety, more time. The irony is that many Japanese people dream of moving to Tokyo, while many foreigners arrive in rural Japan and discover they were looking for exactly what Japan is slowly abandoning.
Does that help, Tex? Does that help? That's where I live. Look, I got rivers here, 48 species of fish. See, look, they're building this ramp down here. They're starting to dig out all that mound there. Came out from the water. That black soil, sandy soil there. Yeah, well, there's like massive, like these massive fish come up the rivers here. There's real famous. I met a Korean guy who was here in Japan trying to catch one of these massive sea brim or sea bass or sea something. What is the big sea fish that comes into the rivers? They come right up in here eating, you know, in the late summer or something. I guess to lay their eggs or something. They come up here to lay their eggs. Yeah. I've got land. There's so much land. I got a real estate guy here. We could go around, come visit. We can drive around. There's houses. Find you a house, move into. Costs you no more than $20,000-$30,000. It's not a grouper. They have grouper here, but it's not. No, it's like sea. Is it sea brim or sea bass or sea something? It has a C in its name. SEA. I don't know. Maybe it's sea bass. I don't know. Is it sea bass? I'm not sure. But you can Google. In Kuzilo River in Fukui, how many species of fish are they? Search. And what are they? What is the large fish that come in from the ocean that people will try to catch in Japan? Really famous. Sea bass. Yeah, I think it's sea bass. They're massive. Yeah, I haven't listed all the species of fish that come into the river.
You mean Kuzuri River, Jokwan and Fukui. Fukui Prefecture says the Kuzuri River has about 69 fish species, one of the highest river fish counts in Japan, second after the Shimanto River's 94 species. Common examples: Upper River, Iwana, Yamame, Takahaya, Kajika, Ajime Dojo. Middle River, Ayu, Aburahaya, Kamatsuka, Ugui, Oikawa, Salmon, Sakuramasu. Lower River, Koi and Funa. The famous big ocean running fish people chase is Sakuramas, also called cherry salmon or sea-run masu salmon. The Kuzuryu is nationally known as a brand river for Sakuramasu.
Sakuramasu.
If you're talking specifically about the fish that come in from the Sea of Japan and migrate up the Kuzuryu River, the major ones are Sakuramasu, cherry salmon, Sakuramas, the celebrity fish of the Kuzuryu. Anglers from all over Japan come to Fukui specifically to catch these. Ayu, sweet fish, ayu, hatch in rivers, spend part of their life in the ocean, then return upstream. One of Japan's most famous river fish. Japanese eel, unagi nihonagi. Born in the Pacific Ocean near the Mariana region, migrate into Japanese rivers to grow, then return to the ocean to spawn. Ugi, Japanese dace, ugi. Some populations migrate between river and sea. Salmon, sake. Present in parts of the river system, though the Kuzuryu is much more famous for Sakuramasu than chum salmon. For fishermen, the hierarchy is roughly 1. Sakuramasu, legendary status. 2. Ayu. 3. Unagi. 4. Salmon. 5. Other migratory species. The fish most outsiders don't understand is Sakuramasu. It's basically the Japanese equivalent of Atlantic salmon fishing. People spend thousands of dollars on tackle, travel, and river permits for a chance to catch one. The Kuzuryu River is considered one of Japan's premier Sakuramasu rivers. If you're filming Move to Japan content, a strong story is, open quote, "The river behind my house isn't just a river. Every spring, fish that have spent years in the Sea of Japan return to these waters. Anglers travel across Japan hoping to catch a single Sakuramasu from the Kuzuryu River." Close quote.
I met a guy from Korea who was here for like sea bass. The sea bass, like a massive sea bass, come up the river.
That is very possible. The fish your Korean visitor was probably talking about is Suzuki, Japanese sea bass, Suzuki. Large sea bass move from coastal waters into estuaries and lower rivers, and the Kuzuryu River is known among anglers for sea bass fishing. Large specimens can reach 70 to 90 centimeters commonly for trophy fish, over 1 meter for exceptional fish, 10 to 15 kilograms for very large individuals. In Japan, anglers call river-running sea bass, the sport fishing term, Suzuki, the actual fish name. The lower Kuzuryu near the mouth is famous for sea bass, black sea bream, kurodai, ayu, sakuramasu, Japanese eel. Many anglers from outside Fukui visit specifically for 1. Sakuramasu in spring, 2. Sea bass throughout much of the year. If the person came all the way from Korea, my first guess would actually be Suzuki, rather than Sakuramasu. Sea bass tournaments and sport fishing are huge in Korea, and the Sea of Japan East Sea migration routes connect the fisheries. A 1 meter sea bass coming up the tidal section of the Kuzuryu is a very impressive fish. They're powerful predators and one of Japan's most sought-after game fish.
Yeah, and there's no fishermen. Very rarely you see fishermen in Japan. There's so few fishermen around here. So these waters are just teeming with fish. Right? Teeming with fish here. Yeah, you can teach me. How do you catch the eel? With eel traps? Tex, how do you catch the eel? Look at that sunset there. It's really cool. We're getting a northerly wind right now. Yeah, this, by the way, is not the Kazillo River. The Kazillo River is over there. This is another estuary. This is like a little private, our little private secret river, right? But the big river is over there. This is our. This is a different river. This one goes right in front of my house. Yeah, we'll do some fishing. Oh, the bait shot. I have a friend of mine who ships eel in. I wonder if I get eel from him, like the scum eel, bait eel. He imports eel into Japan. And I don't see, I don't see anyone, the AI mentioned fishing permits. I've even heard of fishing permits, dude. I found this, I haven't picked up this garbage yet. I keep forgetting it. I need to bring a trash bag. Oh, look, the rice is already growing really quick, you know? How thick that rice is there. The $30 per year. Tell me what the process of getting a fishing license in Fukui is. I might as well be legit.
In Japan, there are two very different kinds of fishing licenses. One, ocean fishing, sea bass, chinu, etc. For most saltwater fishing from shore, breakwaters, beaches, and many estuaries, you do not need a fishing license. If you're standing near the mouth of the Kuzuri River catching sea bass, Suzuki, black sea bream, chinu, mackerel, squid, you generally do not need a license. Hatu, inland river fishing, ayu, sakuramasu, trout. Once you're fishing in river sections controlled by a fishery cooperative, you usually need an yugyoken, a fishing permit. For the Kuzuryu River system, permits are managed by local fishery cooperatives. You typically, 1, buy a day permit or annual permit. 2, carry it while fishing. 3, follow species and season regulations. Sakuramasu is heavily regulated because it's such a prized fish. Typical permit sales locations, fishing tackle shops, convenience stores near fishing areas, fishery cooperative offices, sometimes online. For example, if you wanted to fish for Sakuramasu on the Kuzuryu, you'd buy a permit from the local cooperative before fishing. Fishing without one can result in fines. For someone living in Fukui, the practical answer is sea bass in the tidal lower river area, usually no permit needed. Ayu, permit required. Sakuramasu, permit required. Mountain trout, permit required.
All right, so is there a government organization? How do I find these fishery places? Can you Google and give me a list of them? And is there a territory where they cover in Fukui? Yeah, Eheiji is far away from me, you know. I'm in Fukui. Also, Ono is far away. Katsuyama is far away. Lower, you know, I want to look at Mikuni or Sakaicho, right? All right, so where can I buy it in the local tackle shops around me? Search in Japanese. I might as well get a permit. What is the annual day cost permit? Wow, like $100. $100 for IU. $100 for an annual permit. General fishing annual is only like $20. How about the Japanese eel? Huh, I need to get my annual fishing permit, maybe start fishing. Peak season now. Oh, the peak season is now to September. I should be trying to catch eel now. How about if I'm using eel traps? Can you search specifically in Japanese for information on it? Yeah, I caught one. I caught one the length of my arm. It was huge, and it was fucking amazing. I caught two of them in traps. Yeah, see if you can dork out the information. Do advanced searching. See if you can find PDFs and other information that can provide more clarity. Have the AI dork. Yeah, oh, it says eel under 30 centimeters cannot be taken at any time in inland waters. If I wanted to be a commercial fisherman, right, in Japanese, what does it say? Dork out the information. How do I want to start up a river eel business. What do we need to do? Look at this guy here. What did he get? Look, this bird, he picked up something flying away. What did the hawk find? The hawk was eating something. What is it? Is it what is this here? Wow, look at the size. It's a turtle. This turtle got whacked. This turtle got whacked by the sewing machine, the thing. God damn. Well, they come here, they cut all the grass. It's nice. I can walk along here until all this grass grows back. No, and then he became food. We got tons of turtles in here. What's the rule about the long turtle, the turtle with the long neck and other turtle species in these rivers? There's lots of them. Are they protected? What's going on with those? Dork in Japanese into the information. Supon, soft shell turtle, long neck, blah blah blah. So pretty. Look, the wheat's all been picked up. We're getting a nice northerly wind right now. The northerly wind, it's cool wind. It's like air conditioning, you know, right now. Yeah, the snapping turtles. We have snapping turtles here. I've not run into one yet, but I know we have them here. Yeah. Those things will fucking take off your finger in a heartbeat. Wow, he really whacked this stuff down. Yeah. Just one guy with this mower just cutting this every day. And he got rid of all the kudzu. The kudzu was all along on the ground here. I don't know where Mikey is. July, August, really. I would say July, August. It gets up there in the 30s. You know, June, really starting July, August. And then October, it starts getting cooler again on there. Yeah, it was here. It's gone cool. It was. We had 90s here, and then it's got cold. You're going to have cold. In 3 days, Tex, you're going to have chilly weather. Chilly weather is coming to you, right? It takes 3 days. I've calculated because other members, like with James, it takes 3 days for the weather I have here to get to where you at. 3 days. So in 3 days, you're going to have nice, cool evenings. This weather will come to you. All this weather is headed. But if you look at the clouds, it's all headed that way. That's America over there. All right, there's the east. There's the west. Look at that. Look at that there. Look at that sunset. People love to fish here, right there on that pad there. You can park like right there. I saw a fisherman come up, fish right there. I'm on one of the smaller rivers, not the Kazilla, right? My house is right on the river. Does that grant me any rights fishing? Search in Japanese. Go ahead and dork into it. See anything information you can find. Search in Japanese. It's nice that they've cut all the because this is like all of this here. You see this vine here, right here. This is kudzu right here. Kudzu. It covers this entire path, and you can't come down it. So only after this guy, it's all going to grow back. Let's see it down there. See it all down there. That kudzu down there. It's going to fucking run up here and cover this entire walkway. I won't be able to walk down here in a month. Only time I can walk down here is right now. It only gets maintained like once a year. They come down, they cut it all back. You can see it already starting to, grow up here. But you can see where he's moved it all. Moved all of this right here was on here, and he basically moved it all, cut it, and then pushed it all over here. Right here, see? It's so annoying because it trips you when these runners run across here. Like trips your ass. All right, later, brother. Translate into English. Go ahead and do the investigation. Oh shit. I'll be a while. I'm out walking. I'm at least 15 minutes from the house. So you might as well start walking. I'll pick you up at McDonald's.
You know, the problem is that the moment you ask, you're on the radar. And, you know, I never see anyone out here. There's never anyone here. You never see them checking for permits and everything else. So, I don't know. It's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't type deal. And most Japanese, I think, just, you know, just come out and fish. I haven't asked people. I'm going to start asking the fishermen if they need permits here. Well, I know the eels are here because I've caught them in traps, and I've eaten them, and they're good. No, the eel was massive. It was the length of my 36-inch arms. All right, let's listen to some YouTube. Finish watching my.
Lebanese forces have eliminated this Israeli soldier and famous TikToker. Here in this video, you can see her mocking starving Palestinians by indulging in food. Subscribe for more war updates. Lebanese forces have eliminated this Israeli soldier and famous TikToker. Here in this video, you can see her mocking starving Palestinians by indulging in food.
Oh, the Lebanese killed this. She's dead. She's dead.
Subscribe for more war updates. Lebanese forces have eliminated. It almost sounds like Madison Square Garden is booing Trump whenever they see him.
Look at that boo. Booing Trump.
Iran is saying they will not give up their enriched uranium. They're saying they have a right to have that as a country, and no country is going to tell them that they cannot. Trump is either going to have to go in there and use force, and many American lives are going to have to pay for it, or the U.S. is going to have to accept that, just as it accepts Israel having nukes. Subscribe for more. Madison Square Garden erupts in boos when they see Trump.
Look at
Subscribe for more. Wow, the Iranian embassy just posted this.
what the fuck.
Let me know what you think. Netanyahu is outright saying that he is telling Trump no, and he's not going to listen to him when Trump tells him to stop striking Lebanon. What do you think about that? Israel returns to striking Lebanon after attacking Iran last night. A lot of people are saying Israel is out of control and needs to be taught a lesson. Netanyahu is now claiming their strikes on Iran last night was to prevent a nuclear attack on Israel. Is he suggesting that Iran has nukes? And if they don't, isn't this just another example of how they will come up with anything to justify their wars of aggression? Subscribe for more. Netanyahu is now claiming their strikes on Iran last night was to prevent a nuclear. Iranians have struck Israeli energy infrastructure. This is in response to Israeli strikes on Lebanon. Subscribe for updates. Iranians have struck Israeli energy infrastructure. This is in response to Israeli strikes on Lebanon. Iranians are posting this on their social media right now. It's after last night's strikes of Iran against Israel. Subscribe for more. Iranian women are calling the state of Israel the devil and are calling for an attack on them in retaliation for their strikes on Lebanon. Iran is targeting Israeli military operations. This is a result of Israel striking Lebanon. Netanyahu is proudly saying that he is saying no to Trump. He says a prime minister of Israel must have one ability to be able to say no to the president of the United States. And Yemen fired a missile at Israel yesterday, and they say that they're going to have a total Navy blockade of Israel in the Red Sea. Trump is saying he did not allow for Israel to strike Iran, but Iran's foreign ministry is saying otherwise. They're saying that the U.S. is certainly involved in those strikes. Israel is saying they did nothing to be attacked by Iran yesterday. You can't make this up. They strike Lebanon, and then they say they did nothing to deserve the attack. Israel is attacking Iran right now. This is in response to Iran striking Israel just a few hours earlier, which itself is a response to Israel striking Lebanon this morning. Well, Netanyahu just told Trump that they're going to strike Iran, and Trump told Netanyahu the U.S. is not going to join Israel in those strikes. Ben-Gvir just posted on Twitter, Tehran must burn tonight. He's saying this in retaliation to Iran striking Israel because Iranians react to hearing that they just struck Israel.
That's a party, dude.
Make sure to subscribe. Iran is launching missiles at Israel in retaliation for their strikes on Lebanon. And by the way, Trump said those strikes were not authorized. Iran tells Israel enough is enough. The reason why they're being struck right now is because Israel struck Lebanon earlier. Trump tells Fox that he did not authorize Israel to strike Lebanon earlier today. Direct hits on Israel as Iran strikes them for attacking Lebanon earlier today. Iran is attacking Israel and successfully landing strikes. This is in retaliation for Israel striking Lebanon earlier today. Subscribe. Iran is striking Israel right now in retaliation for Iran is attacking Haifa.
This guy have any videos?
So Thomas Massey is in Congress right now exposing Israel's role in the destruction of the USS Liberty. Take a look.
It's my great honor, maybe one of the biggest honors of my lifetime, to stand here on the floor and do something that's 59 years overdue, to recognize the survivors and those who gave their lives on the USS Liberty 59 years ago today, when they were viciously attacked by IDF jets and also after that by torpedo boats. I'm going to tell you a little bit of their story. And then, by the way, there's at least a dozen of them here today with us. I just met with them in my office, and they related the story to me. You know, it was a clear day. The USS Liberty was one of the most technologically sophisticated ships in the Navy, but it was virtually unarmed, and it was sent to observe the 6-day war going on in the Middle East between Israel and its neighbors. It arrived on June 7th, and the weather was clear. The planes came out to meet them, to investigate, and then on the next day, on June 8th, they started the day. The visibility was unlimited. The American flag was flying proudly on the USS Liberty. More planes came from Israel to surveil the boat, the ship. And they thought they were in good shape, but what happened next surprised them all. French Mirage jets showed up and for 25 minutes strafed and attacked the USS Liberty. They shot rockets. They shot 30-millimeter cannons into the hull and into the ship. They even dropped napalm on the bridge of the ship. This was an effort to kill everybody on board. There was no intention of taking prisoners.
And of course, if this was just some kind of accident, there would have been one or two shots and that's it. This is something that went on for quite some time. It was very extensive. So there was no mistake here. But let's get back to it.
After the 25 grueling minutes of attack on this virtually unarmed ship, they thought things were over and they could recover. The torpedo boats showed up, 3 torpedo boats. They launched 4 torpedoes. One of them hit the hull of the USS Liberty and killed 25 people instantly. It blew a 40-foot by 40-foot hole in the side of this ship. They were intent on sinking it, but they were also intent on not having a single survivor. According to eyewitness accounts, the Israelis machine gunned the lifeboats that they put down. They machine gunned the firefighters who were on the deck. They were bringing the wounded and the dead to the mess hall to triage them. They had one doctor who was trying to help them all, put a few stitches in. It was harrowing, and it's amazing. If not for that crew, that boat would have sunk that day. But it still wasn't over. Helicopters showed up, combat helicopters. And the USS Liberty, even though their signals were being jammed by the Israelis, got a signal out. And there were ships that tried to respond. The USS Saratoga, the USS America sent planes. Both of them sent planes to help the USS Liberty. And something happened that's never happened before. A ship under attack, the planes were recalled. This has never happened before. And they sat there for 17 hours. 34 dead, 174 wounded, out of 294 crew members. That's over 70% casualty rate, unheard of. The Israelis were intent on leaving no survivor.
Oh, hey, sorry to interrupt. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's get back to it.
And what about our own military? Why did they not send anybody for 17 hours to help these men? So what really happened? You know, the official reports say that it was a case of mistaken identity. But if you listen to Dean Rusk, former Secretary of State, Richard Helms, CIA Director, Bobby Ray Inman, head of the NSA, Captain Ward Boston, who was the chief counsel of the Court of Inquiry. If you listen to Admiral Moore, who served in Pearl Harbor, Midway, commanded both the Atlantic and Pacific Fleet, and was chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, none of these distinguished men think this was an accident. They think it was intentional murder by the country of Israel, either as a false flag operation or because they simply didn't want anybody observing what they were doing that day. Well, I've got a call to action for everybody here. Honor these individuals. Quit ignoring that they exist. Go to their website, ussliberty.org. Support them. And while they're still alive, they need closure. Let's give them closure. Let's have an investigation. Let's pass a resolution honoring them. It's long overdue. And then they can have their justice. With that, I yield back. and I ask unanimous consent to enter
Fucking
into the
mosquitoes
record
chasing me
Declaration
down.
of Ward Boston declaring that
Yeah,
the
sky back there.
only official court of inquiry was invalid. All right, so why did Israel do this? Massey said perhaps it was a false flag, and that's exactly what I was thinking. Why? Because Israel has been caught red-handed in false flag operations. Go and look up the Lavon affair, where they were going to blame Muslims in the Middle East for a terrorist attack that they were going to commit. Why? To get people on their side, to get people on board with their agenda. What was going on here? Maybe they wanted the United States to be on their side in this war that they had with the Palestinians. Or like you said, maybe they just didn't want to be spied on. I think the former is more likely. They were trying to get the United States involved and on their side in their fight against the Palestinians. They wanted to engage in a false flag operation where they were going to blame it on Egypt, Jordan, or Syria, any of their enemies. Say that they did it, and then leave no trace and evidence that Israel was behind it. But that failed, and now we all know that Israel was behind it. I think that's most likely what happened here. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, so make sure to drop them in the comment section. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for plenty of more great content just like this. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe. And if you want to support my work, check me at patreon.com/Reason to Theology. Also, check out my second channel, Knowledge and Wisdom, right here on YouTube.
Welcome to Raging Moderates. I'm Scott Galloway.
I'm Jessica Tarlov.
If you want to support the show, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free, it helps us grow, and it helps us reach new audiences. Okay, let's bust into it. First up, we've now passed the 100-day mark in the Iran war, with little evidence that either side is any closer to a resolution. Over the weekend, Iran launched missiles towards Israel for the first time since the April ceasefire. Israel also launched missiles, and Trump says he intervened Monday morning to urge both sides to stand down. Trump also appeared on Meet the Press on Sunday, where he downplayed the situation before abruptly ending the interview. Let's get a taste of that.
You know that these elections are rigged. That they're rigged. You know that I won an election in a landslide, and I got 94% bad press.
But Mr. President,
you know why I got that? Because you have no credibility.
But you've never presented evidence that it was rigged. Let's keep talking about. I want to talk about Todd.
You have more evidence. There's more evidence than ever presented.
Let's talk about
elections in this country. We're like a third world country. Your elections are crooked, and you're crooked, and the press is crooked. So is ABC and CBS and CNN. You're one-sided crooked. Let's call it quits because I've had enough. Thank you, darling. Have a good time.
Oh, thank you, darling. Have a good time.
all the way to Wisconsin. I traveled all the way
for an hour, on and off in the rain, and I've given you enough time. You were straightened out the chest because you know what? A country can never be great with a dishonest
Listen,
press.
we traveled all the way to Wisconsin for this interview.
A truthful press.
You go first.
Where to begin? I mean, the level of rage, which like the red was overtaking the orange, which rarely happens, right? That he actually gets like a deeper color than the makeup that he's wearing, even with it, sweating off, and it was climactically not perfect with the rain, and it was on and off. But I keep thinking about, how everyone who loves him is like, oh my God, he's such a tough guy. And he crumbles if you ask a follow-up, right? Or if you just point out objective reality, which is that there were 63 court cases for the 2020 election, and they lost all of them. All of them. There was not one kernel of fraud that they could prove. I also maybe my estrogen is pretty strong this morning, but watching him talk to her like that, I guess she has to sit there and take it. She can't be the one to take off her mic and throw it down. But we didn't play this part of it where he goes, "You're either crooked or you're stupid." That's something that the President of the United States of America said to one of top journalists, reporters in the country. And it's now 24 hours later, and we're talking about it because we didn't meet on Sunday, but it's going to be lost in the dustbin of history because we're moving on to a million other things, and people are just going to ignore it. Like I can't take it, the way that he speaks to people, especially to women like Caitlin Collins, Kristen Welker, Liz Landers from PBS. It's just horrifying to me.
Yeah, look, the part that triggered me was when he called her darling. I mean,
1950s again, what he wants.
But the fear I have is that it'll tickle the censors of Fox because he does come across as legitimately enraged, like there's substance behind his rage. And the big story will be that he walked out. We know this guy does not acquit himself well, that he doesn't have the complexion or the demeanor of someone who should be in the Oval Office. We've known that for a while. You know, the problem isn't him walking out of a Meet the Press interview. It creates good video. The problem is that the war is 100 days old, costs are mounting, and the answers seem shorter every week. And then the bigger overarching problem is that there is still a large percentage of the Republican Party, I think it's somewhere between a third and a half, you probably have better numbers than I do, that believe the election was rigged.
60%. It's 60.
Okay, so 2/3 of Republicans believe the elections have been rigged, and there was a bunch of live reporting from the ballot counting in LA County, which always takes several days. And if you go around and talk to people, half the people counting votes and overseeing this and being fiduciaries are Republicans. It's just so insane that this conspiracy theory continues to live on without a single piece of evidence that there's any concerted means of rigging elections. And this is, I mean, in some ways, if you can't support the people transfer of power, you just don't have a democracy. And he continues to promote that lie. So him walking out of an interview, yeah, fine. I don't, I find the whole thing to be a bit of a distraction and just confirming what we already knew. He does not have the composure, the decorum, much less grace to be in an interview. I'm just waiting at some point I think these interviewers show a lot of patience at some point to go, boy, you can't answer my question. I mean, these are softballs, Mr. President. At some point, you should be able to answer these questions, Anyways, I know there's a lot else to say here.
Well, there's the war aspect of it, because we didn't have movement towards an actual deal or a restarting of heavy fire. But I think the last 24 hours actually have been important. I think Iran striking Israel for the first time since the ceasefire came into place in April is a big deal. So Edward Luce from the FT got Trump on the phone, because you can just call him. And he told Luce, I call the shots. I call all the shots. Netanyahu doesn't call the shots. And then Bibi struck Iran. And I do think that, I don't want to say it's seminal in any way, but I think that the kind of fissure in that relationship and the fact that Trump is basically saying that violations of the ceasefire don't count to him at this point, and that Israel, our strongest ally in the region, if they're getting pummeled, he doesn't really care because he's in such hot pursuit of this deal, does matter. It has reframed how we're looking at it. And I don't know if you caught Susan Rice on Bill Maher on Friday night, but what excellence, right? Listening to her talk about what actually went into the JCPOA, how they negotiated it, what the restrictions are, the kind of limitations on enrichment, where the inspections were happening, where they weren't happening. I was like, oh, adults are back in the room. But you get the feeling from listening to her, and at least what is rumored to potentially be in the deal that might be forthcoming, that we are not even going to get the JCPOA. We're not going to even get it in terms of the restrictions, but we're also going to be giving up a hell of a lot more money than we did the $1.7 billion of unfrozen Iranian assets that were being held in a Qatari bank account when Obama and his team, I should say John Kerry and his team, negotiated that during the second Obama administration.
Just the easing of sanctions on Iranian exports has probably provided, I would imagine, tens of billions of incremental revenues. You said something I just want to double click on. So you think Netanyahu, I know what they're claiming happened, but do you think Netanyahu struck Iran unilaterally over Trump's objections?
No, I think that Netanyahu responded to what Iran did. I think Iran was saying we're in a position now where we can create even more daylight between the U.S. and Israel and really show that they're fighting two separate wars. They knew as well that Trump was out there saying, I wear the big boy pants now. right? Like, I'm in charge. Bibi's not in charge. He got him to stop firing into Lebanon. Remember last week it had gotten really bad. Trump had that very gruff call with Bibi where he was apparently shouting at him. And so I think Iran was like, I'm going to poke the two bears essentially and show that they're not a team anymore. Then Trump, it's public because it's widely reported on that Trump is saying, I'm the one who's in charge. And then Netanyahu made a calculated decision to say, actually, you're in charge of your country, but I'm in charge of my country. And our goals align when I think that that's the right thing to do, like getting Trump in the initial stages to actually go into Iran in the first place. But I'm going to do what I feel like I need to do for Israel vis-a-vis Lebanon and responding to the Iranian attacks. So it's quiet right now, allegedly. I mean, we're taping this at 11 a.m. Eastern time. It'll come out at about 5 o'clock. Who knows what will happen in the next few hours in terms of it being quiet. But I do think it was a big shot across Trump's bow from the Israeli side, saying, like, you can tell the FT or whoever you want that you're in charge of this, but I'm the one who says go, essentially, with the Israeli infrastructure.
Yeah, it just feels like the IRGC is playing this so well right now, and the Trump administration, you know, whether it flips over the monopoly game because it doesn't like the questions being asked on Meet the Press, or trying to convince us it's like a kitchen renovation, the war in Iran, or it takes longer than you think it's going to, or a streaming service where you signed up for it, but you can't remember why, but you're still getting billed. I mean, it's almost as if he's totally disconnected from the reality of what's going on there, calling, people firing caches of weapons at each other, not a breakdown in the ceasefire, claiming he's in charge. It is interesting to think the notion that Netanyahu feels like he has the political wherewithal and the strength, quite frankly, to go it alone, if he in fact is going it alone, and just sticking up the middle finger, sensing Trump's weakness domestically and deciding he's going to do what he thinks is best for Israel. Any thoughts on what you think happens in the next few weeks here?
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, me either.
Usually, like, Rubio is the closest thing to a real answer. I mean, Trump is still back on, like, it'll, take us 24 to 48 hours to get this done. So can't really trust any of that. I mean, Rubio had said, it could be a few days, it could be a week. Maybe there is something, but I imagine that it amounts to basically an extension of the ceasefire with some gifts for the Iranians.
All right. Guys, I'm going to get off here. Hope you enjoyed listening.
I don't know if it's like,
all right, guys, talk to you later, John.
That have been
have a good day,
pushing
guys.
On the Trump administration.